Hadassah loves you. Because why?
Because I cooked her breakfast. Because I made shakshukah for her.
So Isaac made shakshukah this morning. And unleavened bread. Which flour did you use? Use the einkorn?
I used a little.
Yeah. And that einkorn is the heirloom seed.
I wasn't sure. I mean, it's a wheat flour, right? That's an ancient
right
wheat. But I wasn't sure if it tasted the same. It probably does, huh?
I think so, because yesterday I used it.
Did you use it straight?
No, I did cut it with the other flour.
Well, maybe we should try one
just straight
to see what it tastes like.
This morning I woke up early and Isaac was in the kitchen in his pajamas with his cowboy hat on, making matzah. So we've done fierce intentionality, fully human, extravagant generosity, disruptive honesty, scandalous freedom. He was cunning. His humility, what did we change that to?
Authentic
humility. This one we didn't do yesterday because trueness, we need to go through this again and figure out what we were talking about. And then perfect playfulness. And today is beautiful. Okay, I guess we need another word for that too.
It's not bad.
Bountiful beauty. Maybe something like that. Bountiful beauty.
Wonderful beauty.
She has a sunburn on her face. It's so cute. We don't have anything to help. Okay, let's see. So beautiful. It's like, serve up. Hey, she did her hair for the video this morning. Awesome. Shakshukah. We love shakshukah in Israel, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Who would like some?
I will take some.
I'll take some.
I'm not shy. All right, so we're going to talk about his beautifulness. Characteristic of Yeshua, we're going to eat of this morning. He has the ability to live in such a way that not one quality dominates.
Interesting. I haven't heard that before.
Yeah.
Well, you have at one point, but it's been a while.
So is that a definition of beauty?
Well, we got most of these, like up until beautiful, I think, is from John Eldridge's book, Beautiful Outlaw.
Yeah.
And so all of the things that we are looking at here and that we wrote down were from his book as he was looking at it. And then I think tomorrow, all the rest of them that we have done are ones that we found. But he has the ability to live in such a way that not one quality dominates. I think that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Huh. Well-rounded, like complete, whole. Mm-hmm. Perfect.
I like that. He has the ability to live in such a way that not one quality dominates. So you wouldn't characterize him as X. You wouldn't put him in a box of that's the quality, that's who he is.
Yeah, you wouldn't define him by one characteristic, by any one of even these positive ones.
Right.
You know? You wouldn't say he's just ambitious,
or he's just fierce, or he's just
fierce,
or he's just honest, or he's just cunning, or he's just humble. Yeah. He's well-rounded. I like that. Well-rounded. Okay. And then
let's see, where was the one we just did?
Right under the word beautiful.
Always an element of surprise and always what was most needed.
So how does that work with beautiful? Always an element of surprise and always what was most needed. How about he is a beautiful outlaw? That's what I think John was just kind of exploring the idea of beautiful because he named the book Beautiful Outlaw. Mm-hmm. He is love in action, which is beautiful. Mm-hmm. He has a beautiful heart. I like that one. He has a beautiful heart. Mm.
That would probably be the best one.
That's the best one so far. And the way he loves is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's stunning is what it is, actually. So let's look at the stories. It says, it takes a beautiful heart to recognize the beauty in a scandalous act and to love as he does. With, like he's talking about Miriam of Magdala, when she was found in that precarious situation of adultery and was thrown in front of Yeshua, and how he handled that, his beautiful heart, because he cared about her. The playfulness of creation, a scandal and utter goodness, the generosity of the ocean, the ferocity of the thunderous storm. So the playfulness, the beauty in his ability to create play and have beauty as part of his creation.
Cool.
He is as cunning as a snake, gentle as a whisper, the gladness of sunshine, the humility of a 30-mile walk on a dirt road. Reclining on a couch at a meal, laughing with friends, and then going to the cross. This is all beautiful. So I think John was just, so these are just little these are just excerpts that I took from John's book that I thought were good in this chapter of he's a beautiful outlaw.
Cool.
Yeah, so let's just chat about that for a little bit. He has the
like that-
ability to live in
that,
between just one quality.
Right. That beauty. They say beauty's only skin deep, but I think we all know better. And so to see somebody who's beautiful in action, that's like
Yeah.
in situation after situation that knows, or that just comes through in surprising, like super like appropriate way with just what's needed at that moment.
Right.
You know, doesn't just shine in one particular kind of such situation, you know.
Right.
Isn't just good in a crisis, or isn't just good when everything is a-okay.
Yeah, like he's good. He's well-rounded. The beautifulness of being well-rounded and having all the qualities that make up beauty. You know, because beauty is so. I think beauty is extremely like prismatic.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like it's got so many sides to it. A prism has how many sides does a prism have? Like a lot.
Many?
Many. So
I don't know.
Many.
yeah. So there's a lot of sides to make a prism to get that rainbow.
Right.
And I just think he's so prismatic, as we all are, because there's so many sides to us. But every single side of him was beautiful, perfectly cut, just like a diamond. And that's what he wants to make us like, perfectly cut. But that's why we go through experiences and challenges and trials and stuff, so that he can make that diamond cut so beautiful, so that we shine. So we're like, yeah, beautiful, and from all angles. Oh gosh, like I look in the mirror. I have such image issues sometimes. Like I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, that angle is awful. I look horrible. And then I'll see it myself from another angle and go, oh, that's okay. I can deal with that. That's pretty. But then the other angle outweighs how I feel about a good angle. And I think everybody's looking at me from that angle. I'm like, oh,
You look great.
this is good. That beautiful. I think his people, you know, are going to be beautiful from all angles.
Inside and out.
Inside and out. The outside reflects what's going on inside. You know, so if the outside is looking, you know, not so happy. Like yesterday, I feel like yesterday you were like, you know, and I felt like it showed. But this morning, inside, you've got some good stuff going on inside. So then you're like, much happier.
I'm pretty.
You're pretty. You're beautiful now. You're pretty. You're beautiful.
Handsome.
You're handsome. No, somebody commented on one of the videos when Hadass and I did dinner the other day, and when somebody commented and said, "Oh, you seem down. Are you okay?" And it was just simply because it was, you know, day vacationing. I was like coming down, so I was slower. I wasn't perky. How we are on the inside is going to reflect on the outside.
Have I ever told you why I like Captain America?
Maggie?
Why, is he a good faker?
No, the movie, sorry, baby. I don't even know what you call it. But that aspect of the movie with the serum
Okay.
and the two different, the bad guy and the good guy, basically.
Yeah.
And how the serum reacted based on what was inside.
Yeah.
It's a good visual for that.
Oh, really? Well, then you gotta show me. I like good visuals. I like movies that speak truth, that help us see with that mythic reality of
That's why I
what's
like
going
Captain
on.
America. Because the serum is the same. They
Yeah.
didn't change the serum at all, but it was the person that they used it on.
Oh, really?
So they took, what was his name? The German guy. I forgot his name. But anyway, Red Skull.
Is he why he's trying to get to my
He's
favorite?
trying. His tongue's not long enough.
Not having this.
No, go ahead, Maggie.
Well, when they used the serum on this guy that they thought was, big and strong and,
Yeah.
I would react good to it, his heart wasn't good.
Oh.
He had bad motives,
Okay.
bad look on life, bad everything. So when the serum reacted on him, it reacted for the worse.
Oh.
Returned him into Red Skull.
Oh.
But the doctor knew that it wasn't going to react good. So when he went to find his next subject, he was looking for the inside. And so then he found Captain America, Steve Rogers, and he was this little, guy that got beaten up in alleys, couldn't stand up for himself, but tried and had this really good heart.
Yeah.
So then when he did the serum on him, it turned what it was inside
That's
into the out.
what I want.
It made him a huge, handsome, strapping, strong.
That's what I feel
good.
like obeying Papa and getting into rhythm with him and learning and spending time with him and being in his presence. I feel like that's what happens to you. Is like you become more of what is in your heart. I think that's going to happen at the end of the age when Yeshua comes back. And we get that whole Cinderella sort of moment. Our outside's going to match our inside. And we're going to be as beautiful as we are inside. So we should really work on getting the inside beautiful, and then the outside will reflect it.
He is loved in action.
Yes.
He's really beautiful and he has a beautiful heart, and I like that a lot.
Like his beautiful heart.
Yeah.
I'm really serious. They did a really good job at highlighting that in the movie.
In Captain America.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't something that was very subtle in the background that you could pick out, which you do with a lot of movies, but it was at the forefront. It was a main part of the movie.
main point of looking at the heart and then becoming what's in your heart.
Exactly. They spent a lot of time, what's the word?
Developing?
Developing his character before he became Captain America. Developing Steve Rogers, his person, how he
thought, how he acted, how he talked, how he walked.
how he stood up for himself.
Yeah.
His heart for his country, his heart for people, his heart for wanting to be this person that was able to fight,
Right.
but not being able to because
Right.
he was, not strong, not
Right.
But his heart was.
But his heart was.
He had it there. I mean, there was one scene in when he did get into the army. Everyone's laughing at him, whatever, because he can't keep up. But he's they do a test grenade, they throw a grenade as a test for all the guys who are doing jumping jacks, and everyone scrambles, because they just freak out, and everyone scrambles. But he jumps on the grenade and is like, get back going, and he's standing there, and he's this little tiny ball, and this little tiny guy.
So he was going to take it?
Yeah, he was gonna take it on. He's like, get away, go on,
Oh, he's going to sacrifice his life.
Exactly.
So when you look at someone who is beautiful on the outside, it does not mean their inside is
And
beautiful.
you see that as well with Schmidt and what happened to him.
In the movie?
Yeah, because he's the bad guy, but at first, because he was built good, strong, tall, his outward appearance was good. Which was
Captain America's character he wanted to go to war, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't. Was he not able to get in? Did he have to fake something?
He couldn't pass the physical
Oh.
because he wasn't.
Did
He
he
had
have
so
to
much
fake
wrong with himself.
something to get in, or how did he get in?
The doctor got him in because he was looking for a guy to test the serum on again.
Okay.
Right.
Because it didn't work on Schmidt, but he wanted to try it again on someone who had a good heart. because the doctor knew that what went wrong with Schmidt.
So then
Anyway,
it's like Yehovah wanting to try it again. It didn't work on Adam, and then he
So
wanted to
he's
try it
trying
again.
again, yeah.
Trying again with Yeshua.
Exactly. So then he saw a situation with Steve, and he, was like, "Oh my gosh, this kid, he has potential. His heart is obviously good and strong." So then he got him into the.
So then Yeshua is love, because he's Elohim, and Elohim is love, and so then the heart was perfect for him to be able to be, the warrior, the Captain America, the sacrifice. So
when he took the serum, he became beautiful on the outside. Schmidt was evil on the inside. So when the serum reacted on him, turned him evil on the outside.
So then how can we look at this and eat of it with kingdom eyes, and how do we internalize this ourselves?
Well, you want your insides to match your outsides.
Right.
You can fake your outside, but it's a special person when their insides match their outside.
Yeah.
Their insides are as beautiful as outside. Well, I've heard it said that Yeshua isn't that he wasn't good looking. Mm-hmm. That he looked like a beggar, someone that would put people off,
or really frail, sickly, weak,
exactly.
White, pale, that sort of thing.
No, I think he was probably the catch of the town. I think all the girls would have been like.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was handsome. I don't know.
Well,
I think he was. Handsome.
He was most likely a stonemason.
That means he would have been strong.
He would have been pretty strong if he was dealing with stones all the time. We've grown up with the idea he was a carpenter, but
Which he would still be strong in that case. But
yeah, it would still be the same thing.
I mean, wow.
It would be it could be a good object lesson if he was, frail and, humble looking.
Yeah.
Before the resurrection, and then big and strong and handsome afterwards. Mm-hmm. But I think you are on the right track with him being the second Adam. Yeshua came as the perfect, spotless one to do what
What Adam
what
failed.
only yeah
I think
to
his
do.
smile
failed to do.
and his eyes. I think his eyes would have been
He
the
had
most
to be
handsome.
beautiful on the outside because he attracted thousands and thousands of people.
Right.
He couldn't have been this weak, sickly dude who's healing people. I mean, he was the great healer. He had to be in, a physical condition where people were like, yeah, I want to be like that.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
But nevertheless, I mean, I'm sure after the resurrection, he was even more than he was. More handsome than he was, or more beautiful than he was.
But he looks like Caspian.